All right, good day. So it has been a while, unfortunately. But here we are. It's the 2nd of December, and during the last trading month of the year. So be mindful that there will be mindful of the price action that you're going to get. So price may move pretty well in the first few weeks of December coming into Christmas. Obviously, the markets are going to slow down. It's holiday time. Going to see a lot of consolidation around that time. So again, so let's take advantage of the little volatility that we would get in the earlier weeks of December. All right. So this is my first time obviously watching the charts also since well for the week, unfortunately. So let's see. So what's it gold? Well, the chart that we would use is actually Pepperstone. So this is what we would normally use. Okay, cool. All right, so we're on the daily. Price is pushing to the upside. Price is pushing up here, as you can see. Price pushing to the upside here. Exhaustion. Yeah, price is creating a higher low on the smaller time frames and then creating bullish pressure, which is why price is exhausting on the smaller time frame here. So on the smaller time frame, you're going to see again a higher low and some bullish momentum pushing price to the upside, all right? So let's start to go down on the smaller time frames now. Again, well, pretty much what we just said, right? So this is a higher time frame, higher low here. We should be mindful of. Well, let me just map out some of the high lows from before that also, which is what we should have done first, but I mean, all of the structure here not so relevant to current price action. We just kind of diving in because I'm looking at the time, it's 10:21 and the well New York sessional fund is at 10 to 10:30 because of the daylight savings. So let's kind of be a little quick this morning. 30-minute time frame. All right, so we have price pushing to the upside here. Let me just use this. We have price pushing to the upside here, creating some form of higher time frame, higher low here. And now we starting to see the bullish momentum. It clearly rejected this area here. I'll draw exhaustion zone here just now. It rejected this area, previous resistance, different supports, basic market structure, of course, giving us a strong push to the upside. This was the last lower high that price created here in the counter trend. Price is giving us bullish momentum above that lower high, giving us a well more solid foundation that the buyers have coming into the market and there are less sellers. So more bullish momentum. This is also a higher low on the smaller time frames. So we have a strong bullish momentum, higher low forming, price breaking above previous bearish structure. Again, so the markets look pretty bullish on gold for us this morning. Okay. So let me just show exactly what we just talked about there. You see 15 zone. We could even do Fibonacci just to get an idea where the TPs would be. So then let's map them out. The lower highs, which I spoke about, and then we have the breakup structure. All right, and then the higher low. And well, this is a higher time frame Fibonacci retracement also to get an idea of where we could be taking profits, right? So it was a 61.8 retracement. This was the low for me again. The bottom of the bullish candle to the top of the highest bullish candle, which was this one here. 61.8 retracements, bullish momentum coming into the markets. All right. So now we go on to the 5-minute time frame. We could just kind of dive right in, honestly. So gold has given us a lot of opportunity this morning, I believe. We just want to see, well, we already extended. So price created a higher low and we already at a higher high. So all we waiting for is price to create another form of higher low. No idea where that would be. So we're just going to keep an eye on price pretty much this morning. Monitor when the bearish momentum is going to come into the market in the smaller time frames. So that means price is going to eventually start to do things like this, create lower highs, creating a bearish counter trend again until it reaches one of these retracement areas here. And then we're going to start to see some higher lows forming. Price going to be breaking above previous bearish structure, creating support over it. And then we will look to get in on one of these higher lows to take price to the upside, either the first one or the second one. All right. So that is pretty much what we're looking for on gold this morning. Let's see what news we have also this morning. So the seconds, nothing for the US dollar at least. So that's good. We kind of began, I guess, clean volatility. Not much influence from fundamentals. So it would be easier to monitor more. Well, not necessarily easier, but it should be more fluid, less erratic behavior from price. Let's go over to NAS quickly. H4 time frame. Pretty clean, must say. Bullish, obviously. Well, bullish because again, well, the market was here. It's currently up here. So bullish structure, right? We just gonna map out the high lows really quickly. High lows. This was the area of support on the smaller time frames. Price failed to break below this area multiple times, kept trading above. Another high low. Price breaking above the previous high and trading above the previous high. All right, so the price is continuously making new highs, which is bullish structure. All right, so now we just kind of want to, again, look for areas where price can retrace and give us a higher low. And we want to get in on the higher lows with this bullish structure that the market has going on today. All right, just excuse me one moment. All right, sorry about that. So again, on the H4 time frame, we pretty bullish. So again, we're looking for buys in the market. Just coming down on the 30-minute time frame now. We see in where price breaking above the previous highs. And we just want to, again, just look for a price. We just waiting on price to retrace pretty much. So one of these areas here could be this area right here. We could look for price to continue to the upside, and we're getting on buys on the smaller time frames once price starts to, well, reach this area of interest here, and then look to take price to the upside. All right, so again, well, pretty much we bullish on NAS and on gold today, so we could be looking for buys. It's just a simple breakdown of the overall analysis on what we're looking for on Tuesday, the 22nd of December. So again, I just hope you guys have a good trading day. Hope this little breakdown gives some assistance on how to go about doing some analysis in the morning before you take on the day. All right, so again, really simple, not to be complex. So, I mean, doing a breakdown, analyzing price is nothing that is supposed to be really complex. Once you understand market structure and how to read price action and understand candlestick analysis, I believe that those things are like the top three most important things to understand how the market moves, why the market is doing what it is doing, and once you are able to read, like clearly read structure and price action in the markets, that it by itself is like a weapon to add to your arsenal of the entry system, which is how you would read and analyze the markets, whatever system you have in place to enter. Those two things coupled with understanding price action and market structure, like come on, so which is why my breakdowns completely, well, mostly consists of just market structure, price action. I try to do a little bit of candlestick analysis, but to be honest, I feel like I'm not doing enough. So I'm gonna start to do a little bit more, go a little bit deeper into how the candles move, why they move the way they move, why when price close above the previous high, it is so important because of this, or why this is a higher probability than this because of how the candle closed. Like I'll start to go into a bit more details into all of that. All right, so again, I just hope you guys have a good trading day, and I'll see you on the next one, all right?